Would you assess the overall team game coming out of a really successful month of March?
Well, I think it's in a good place. There's always things we want to improve on. But in general, I think I said this the other day, someone asked me, we're not relying on one area of our game to win. We're not scoring 5 or 6 goals every night. We've had to a couple times. We've defended well. There's probably some shutouts in there. So the goaltending's been solid. Power play continues to do a good job, timely goals, scoring from different people in the lineup. Obviously, Jack had a terrific month, right? Your best players, when your best players are your best players, usually good things are going to happen. And Hilly, I think, had a really good month. But I think it was a total team effort. We've had players in and out of the lineup. So I just feel like we're solid. It's the easiest word to use. And we look like the Vegas Golden Knights should when they're playing well. We're using everybody. Minutes are distributed a little more equal now than they were probably a couple months ago.
Game 700 for Mark Stone tonight. Curious your thoughts on his overall impact, but also what it's been like to have him playing in these meaningful games down the stretch this year.
Yeah, well, his overall impact is every area of the ice. He touches all the special teams. He's last-minute guy. He's can score and make plays. He's played on different lines. Been with Jack a lot this year, but we've seen him move around. So it's all inclusive. He's a good leader in the room. Obviously our captain, so he's our emotional leader as well. Meaningful games this time of the year, I'm sure he'd tell you he's very excited for it. It's been a tough go for him in that regard, but some ups and downs of hockey. This year he's been good, so we'll focus on the present, and I'm sure he's feeling great about that he's not worried about jumping into it later. So far so good. Knock on wood on that.
Bruce, it doesn't look like McDavid's going to be in there tonight. How does it affect? I know you don't game plan around one player, but somebody of his impact.
Well, with him you do a little more though, Ghosh, for sure.
How does it? If he's not in, how does it change it for you?
Well, I'm not going to say it makes it easier because that would be disrespectful to their team. But the game planning part of it is you're not focused on. It's more their team aspect than him, but they still have Draisaitl, who's leading the NHL, I think, in goals and points and everything. So you've still got another player that a lot of your focus is going to. A lot of their offense will go through him, and you can't just let him do what he wants out there. You got to minimize the damage, right? So, but it is one less of those guys that can hurt you. But as I said, other guys tend to step up in those situations if you're a good team, and they're a good team, so that's what I anticipate will happen. But the power play is one area that he is pretty unique. I know they have other guys to go in for it, but his ability to create space and move around creates headaches for the kill. You really got to be on your toes, and that's the one area that, as far as game planning goes, be a little less stressful for penalty killers.
Bruce, how satisfying and gratifying has it been for you to watch Jack Eichel develop into the two-way player he's become?
Well, I've been watching now for a few years, and as a coach, there's some wins and losses out there other than what you see in the standings, and you like to see wins. And to me, that's a win in terms of how Jack was painted as a player before he came here. And I saw him play in Buffalo, but I didn't coach him. I don't know. I've seen nothing but a respectful guy that wants to get better. I've also seen a guy that has an opinion on hockey. He's a smart hockey guy, so some great back and forth conversations. Those are the best guys because you're getting ideas from them too. So very satisfying, gratifying, especially a young guy, because sometimes it takes longer, but didn't. And good on Jack. I mean, it shows. He deserves every accolade he gets.
Do you focus on Draisaitl kind of the same way you do McDavid? They're obviously two different players.
Well, we'll probably put more of a focus on him now because when they're both there, it's a two-headed monster. Now it's a one-headed monster, so to speak. But he's the guy I think every team would circle and say, this is a guy that can't beat you tonight. So how are you going to do that, right? Because he's a pretty good hockey player that's going to find the puck and find space. So how can we minimize that? Take away some of his options, keep him to the outside. try to limit pucks getting to him, get over top of him if he does have late speed. There's a lot of different things we'll try to do, but doesn't mean it'll be successful, because I think a lot of teams try to do that. He's just a good competitive hockey player. But that's what we're going to try to do, not allow him to beat us and see how that works out for us.
I know you ruled him out for the rest of the week, but has Hurdle been skating since he got injured?
I have nothing new on him, on where his return to play is. So hopefully Monday we see him around, but right now nothing new there. Petro today was a maintenance day. He should be back on the ice tomorrow.